Oh, heck yeah, and then it's like a whole hype thing, you know?
What's going on, guys? Eric coming back at you from the Nerd Cave. Today we are back for round 2 of the DS or BS series. Today we have some awesome pickups. Spent a ton of money at one of our local video game stores. Got a lot of cool stuff. Don't want to spoil anything. And then we do also have a Facebook Marketplace pickup. And then round 2 of
It came from eBay!
But normal stuff from eBay. So we're going to be looking at some things I did pick up on eBay. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay tuned to the end to see everything I picked up and to see the breakdown. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's clips.
And this was one you already went through?
Yeah. Thank you. You guys are really burying the lead on some of these manuals. They're like behind the insert, and I'm like, oh, it is in there. Nice.
Yeah. Gotta keep them hidden, you know?
Right?
Sometimes, you know, you just gotta like take them out too, set them aside. That way they can be like, hey, do you have manual for this? And I'll be like, ooh, I don't know. You gotta see if I can find that.
Maybe.
And then you come back with it and you're like, oh, heck yeah. And then it's like a whole hype thing, you know?
At least you have a system.
No, I'm way too lazy for that. I wouldn't do that.
You work here?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just working.
Professional.
Thanks. I'm just working through the games to make a stack of stuff to buy. Slowly.
I can't believe that game is worth that much. I have that game.
What game?
Kid Dracula.
Oh yeah, that game's pretty crazy. It's pretty up there. You should see it if you have a box and a manual.
No, I just have the... Don't make me cry now.
It's a lot. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. We're still here.
I have a lot of room on these. These I can do 30 on this guy.
Okay.
The rest I kind of probably got to get. What I got to get on. These are all like bonus my cost. Yeah, I can do 30 on this guy.
Okay.
But and the rest I probably got to get. Whatever I got to get just because I'm super low.
Okay. And then with these ones, same deal, or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably have a bunch of these. I can do like 5 on one of these. Yeah.
To do PS2.
Be like 15 off. I was hoping to try to get to around 500 even. I think it was like 525 worth of stuff, so I think we're like right in the same ballpark for sure.
So yeah, 480.
480? Perfect. Had to stop and get kettle corn. You can see that for the wife. So I don't end up in the doghouse for coming home with almost $500 worth of games. But well, when we get back from the Nerd Cave, we'll do the breakdown. And I'll see you guys there. always have a great time going down a video game dungeon. Those guys are always super accommodating, super friendly, very straightforward with what everything is, the condition everything's in, the prices they can do, whether stuff works for them or not. They're really good about resurfacing discs when it's needed, checking them, making sure that stuff's actually working before you walk out of the store. Just generally great guys. Couldn't recommend that place enough. But I did pick up there quite a few games. We did get another Pilot Wings Resort. I believe this copy was $8 or $9, maybe $7, something like that. But like I mentioned before, about a $15 game. Mario Party Island Tour. We did go ahead and pick up 2 copies of this on 3DS. Those are both factory sealed. Then we did also pick up 2 copies of Sega All-Star Racing's Transform. Did pick up 2 sealed Majora's Mask. Picked up a sealed WarioWare, sealed Yoshi's Island, sealed Super Mario Bros. 2. And these ones are not sealed. These are complete box Super Dodgeball Brawlers for DS, Infinite Space for DS, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix on GameCube, Amazing Island on GameCube, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters also on, you guessed it,
Only for Nintendo GameCube.
Puzzles and Dragons. May have heard me talk about this before. Definitely one to be on the lookout for. Generally pretty underpriced most places. I want to say this copy was maybe like $12 or something. Pilot Wings Resort. Picking these up like they're going out of style. Rodeo the Sky Soldier. I know nothing. I'm not familiar with this game at all, but it was cheap and apparently it shouldn't have been. I don't even know if I should try to pronounce this one. If you could see it, Popolo Croy. Popolo Croy. That's what I'm going with. Popolo Croy. Popolo Croy. A Story of Seasons fairy tale. So I think A Story of Seasons is Harvest Moon. I don't know. You guys correct me if this is totally unrelated to that. Feel free to let me know. Pick that up, complete box. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. BlazBlue. Terraria. And then Project X. This one was a little bit of a bummer. I'll still make good money on this because this one was super underpriced. I think it was only like 25 bucks there. But I opened it up. I honestly don't know if this is better or worse, but it's got a Pokemon X and Y manual and insert in it, and not the BlazBlue manual, which I didn't realize when I bought it. I thought it was complete. Or not BlazBlue, Project X. Maybe that will be better. TBD. All in on that stack of stuff, all the 3DS games, DS games, all that goodness, all the sealed stuff, all the GameCube, 480 bucks. Can't complain about that. I did the math, about $850 to $900 worth of games, mainly because a handful that were particularly underpriced, and then the rest of them were our investment for the future, especially the sealed stuff. eBay pickups round 2. The first one, I'm just going to show one copy. I bought 10 copies of the same game. I don't feel the need to show them all on screen, but it was Super Mario 3D Land for 3DS, the Nintendo Selects version. Like I mentioned, I bought 10 copies of this. This game for the Nintendo Selects version goes for about $20 to $25 in a show setting. I paid $15 a piece for these. They're not a moneymaker at that price on eBay right now, but like I mentioned, the sealed 3DS games is something that is more of a long-term play for me. So 10 copies of this, all in, it was $153.89. This one was a bit of a bummer. This is one where somebody had 2 quantity listings of 2 games apiece. I basically reached out and I was like, if I buy all 4 of these sealed games, will you work me a deal on it? They were like, sure. So we got 2 copies of Mario Sports Superstars. These are both sealed for 3DS. And then we did also get, and this was the banger, we did get 2 copies of Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr. So this game, if you're not familiar, for this particular version, for the NTSC version, is about $100 a piece for these in sealed condition. Unfortunately, all 4 of these games have some pressing from somebody removing a sticker. All of that residue has been removed, so the seal is super clean, but it has a little bit of pressing. It's probably going to end up hurting the value just a little bit. Even still, if I sit on them for a while and let the value go up a bit, I don't think it's going to be a big problem. And even as far as hurting the value, it is a small amount of pressing. It's not a seal tear or anything like that, so it's a super minimal concern with the game itself. So that being said, I think even with the pressing, I think they should still safely go for 90 to 100 bucks, because I think they can go for north 100. Super stone mint. And then these ones were a little more concerning. It's a similar story where they have a little bit of pressing, but one of them actually has a cut in the corner of the back of it, and I think the person just thought it was a seal tear, so they weren't too worried about it when shipping it out, but in reality it is actually a cut through the box. So to me, that puts it more in the complete in box range. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you know, if you wouldn't mind, do you think we could do a partial refund just to bring it more in line with the price of a complete in box copy? And so he did. So there was a $10 refund. So all in on these 4 games, I'm at $209.01. I think the value of these, even given the pressing, is pretty conservatively around $275 to $300. So because of the pressing, that kind of hurt the total value. I would have been able to make a little bit more, but we got a little bit of refund because that one is cut. But in any case, I think in the long term we'll still do fine on them. In another auction, we did pick up another copy of Mario and Luigi. This one is super minty fresh. It's in excellent condition. This one I did get on an auction. It ended up closing at $66.51 all in. As mentioned previously, it's about $100 game. So great price. Can't complain about that for a second. Then we have just a couple more lots that
Came from eBay!
So we did buy 2 copies of Harvest Moon Skytree Village. These are both factory sealed. This was a similar situation to the Super Mario 3D Land and some of the other ones that you've seen me pick up previously, where it was a quantity listing. I was able to work a bundle deal for both copies. And this one, I might have overpaid a little bit, but I've been buying more for a lower price, and I think it'll end up working out in the long run. Mario Kart 7, this is factory sealed. All in after tax and shipping, which I think is maybe where I got lost in the math. I did end up paying $27.42 for that one. It is in excellent condition, so I think $30 to $35 for a sealed copy is reasonable. So I think there is still maybe a small margin on it, but again, you know, just waiting for the long term. The last 2 pickups in eBay Pickups Part 2. I did have this Super Mario 3D Land. I actually bought 2 copies of this from 2 different sellers. I paid the exact same price though. Not going to show both copies, but I did pay $15.98 each of these shipped. As mentioned, with the copies that I bought for $150 for 10 copies. That is pretty fair and at a point where I couldn't necessarily make money on it currently reselling it on eBay, but I could make a small amount of money either selling it locally, or if I wait more in the long term, I do think there's going to be a bigger potential profit for those at some point.
Good timing.
Yeah, perfect, man.
What's going on? You're Todd? Eric.
Eric, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
All right, Charger.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
A couple empty cases. I don't know if you wanted them.
Yeah,
All the
definitely.
games are
I was
in there,
actually going to tell you, I was going to give you my card and just say, hey, if you find any of the cases,
Yeah,
like
man,
definitely let me
I
know.
got 'em. So there's all your games, and
Awesome.
there it is. I reset it,
Perfect.
so it's, you know, you don't have all the
Perfect.
stuff.
I brought a couple packs of cards for the kids,
Oh,
and there's
thanks,
some
man.
cash.
I
And
appreciate it.
if your kids are
Yeah.
into YouTube or anything at all,
Oh, yeah.
I do YouTube.
Oh yeah?
So I'm actually working on a
Oh,
3DS
nice.
series right now
No kidding.
called DS or BS, and
Yeah.
it's building the 3DS collection of my dreams.
I got 2 11-year-olds and a 15-year-old.
Oh, all right.
Glued to YouTube. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
They're right at that age.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
For sure.
Cool, man. Thank
Awesome.
you.
It was super nice to meet
Yeah,
you. And
you
let me
too.
know about the Wii U when you get ready to
Yeah, I will.
list it. I'm definitely interested.
I'm going out of town. I'll be back late next week, so it'll probably be next week after. Before but I was just kind of going through stuff, and like, you know, they get older, and I'm like, what do we play with? What do we do? We got 2 Wii U's in the house. I'm like, I don't want to keep one because I still like, I have an old Super Nintendo, man, from when I was a kid. You know, so like, I hold on to that, you know, and I try to get them to play stuff, but you know, they're like, they got Oculus and they're just
Yeah.
into that, you know.
That's
Well,
I started doing my workouts on the Oculus now.
yeah,
I love
man,
that thing.
Yeah,
It's
my
crazy.
Kids are like sweating to death. And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, cool. Hey,
Yeah.
You're moving, man. I'll take it.
I
you
get
know?
my heart
So-
pounding. I had to shut it off the
Yeah.
other day because I felt like I was going to throw up. I was playing like a workout game and I was just like going.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool, man.
But it was
Thank you.
super nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Take it easy.
Eric cutting in just to talk a little bit about that pickup. So one thing I was really hoping to find in this series is some consoles, so I can actually go ahead and start playing these games. I don't own a 2DS, I don't own a 3DS. Obviously, I've already picked up some games, but you know, outside of the DS games, I don't really have a console to play them on. So one of the things we did pick up in today's clip from our Facebook Marketplace grab is this 2DS. It's a little scuffed up, a little rough around the edges, but it works great. Totally fully working. The 2DS model is not necessarily my favorite style, but the Facebook Marketplace pickup all in was $85, and that 2DS, believe it or not, is worth about $85. That kind of pays for everything. And then the next thing in the pickup was this 2DS case. So this is obviously a Pokeball case. It needs a little cleaning, which I will do, but it holds 6 games. It holds probably Stylus, I think, is what goes there, and then the 2DS itself down here. Believe it or not, there's only one of these listed on eBay currently, that I saw anyway, and it's brand new and they want $40 shipped for it. It's coming from the UK, so it's expensive shipping if you're in the US. So I think this case by itself may do fairly well. We did get a charger, so that's cool. I don't remember if the 2DS came with the charger, but I know there was some 3DS versions that didn't come with a charger. So to get a charger with is awesome. All the games in the listing were pictured loose, but he actually did find a case for Pokemon Y, so I was able to get that as well. And actually, funny story about this, in our other pickup at Video Game Dungeon, we did actually, what was the game? Project X Zone for 3DS. We bought that, and I thought it was complete, and I was kind of rushing, and I didn't realize it at the time, but the manual and insert in it were actually for this game. So even though he didn't have the manual and insert for it, I did already. So I got the manual and the Torchic insert in there, so this is complete. So that's pretty awesome. Pokemon Y is a good one. Game's worth about $35-ish with all the inserts. It's not bad. Next game is Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, loose. About a $10 or $12 game, so not a big money one, but not terrible. And then same thing here, Mario Maker on 3DS. Same deal, about a $10 or $12 game. Skylanders Giants, this game's worth like $2, pretty negligible. And then the last 2 games are the most exciting games. So there was actually 2 original DS games in there. In those games just happened to be Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, which is about a $20 game for DS. And then Zelda the Phantom Hourglass for DS. So that should probably go for about $25-ish, maybe $30. So all said and done, the total value of that lot, we'll go ahead and throw it up on screen here. Can't complain one iota about that pickup. Definitely got some awesome stuff at a super fair price. Like I said, the 2DS worth about $85, so should pay for the entire lot by itself. But yeah, super happy for that. I did bring them some packs of Pokemon cards for giving me such a good deal on everything, and so I heard the kids were pretty excited about that, so that made me happy. He actually messaged me after the fact to tell me they really appreciated the Pokemon cards, and I really appreciated the deal. So everybody won. Hopefully it'll be the start of good things going forward. He did mention he does also have a Wii U. I don't own a Wii U, so who knows? Maybe we'll go back for the Wii U. We'll see. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the wrap-up. Yeah, so there you have it. Definitely picked up some awesome stuff, not only on eBay, not only from Facebook Marketplace, but also from our local stores. And we're going to kind of keep seeing that blend throughout this series. I am kind of trying to tackle it from all angles and build just an absolutely crazy 3DS collection and also an investment portfolio, as mentioned before. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, for sticking around to the end. If you're really enjoying the comment, remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. It helps us to get recommended to other people who may enjoy this type of content, and it doesn't cost you anything. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time, and remember, when you see those toys and video games off in the distance, it is not a mirage. You guys have a great day.